I'm so tired. I want. Well, that's irrelevant. It's in the past. Years of running around the wild woods of the world, chasing little humans. My favorite to chase were always the hunters, the ones with keen eyes and grasping hands and swords at their sides. I wanted to prove my cleverness and dexterity. I wanted to hunt the hunters. Notice that gods of the hunt are usually depicted with a live deer at their side, or a falcon close by, or a dog. They are surrounded by animals, and they serve as a protector. What are they protecting? Their self, their animals, their forest. Gods and goddesses of the hunt seem to not be hunting the creatures within the forest. At least that part seems completely unimportant to those telling their myths. What do they protect? Who are they hunting? There is a wild wood surrounding the castle. I have visited it. I have sung it. I have breathed it into your ears. I spent 100 stories and 2 years within it. And beyond that, there is a city I have navigated in both flesh and soul. Modern and uncompromising, and unimpressed by wings and fangs and claws. Full of white-tiled basements. You have to get through the forest to get from the city to the castle, or the castle to the city. What are the gods of the hunt there protecting? There is a girl. No, not that anymore. A woman, a person, beyond the trees and in the city. You can hear her even now. My mind feels a little crowded these days with thoughts like, skin is screaming from the cold, the fading trees are so beautiful in gold. The sun is setting far too early, it cannot be almost evening. The sun is golden as it too fades away. I haven't got anything done today. Is the true fright the creeping end of day? Is the true fright the running out of time? Is the true fright the race against the darkness? Because once the darkness comes, there's no guaranteeing anything. We have been planning for winter, and winter is almost here. Every year, on and on until you, also golden, will find yourself near winter, approaching closer and closer to the coming night. Here is heaven. Here is the holiness of it all. Every time it was night before, day came again. Every time it was winter before, spring came again. Every year, on and on. And when your winter comes, when your sun sets, what do you think will happen? What will happen? Who is going to tell her that somewhere through a forest and beyond to a secret castle? She already knows. What would be the fun in that? Walk with me, my friend, through those trees she talks about, the ones that are golden now, and the ones that aren't golden are bare, and the ones that are not golden or bare are the green ones that are hard and sharp and prepared to defend that which they protect. Like a hunter god. Walk with me down city sidewalks. It's late at night. Don't worry, no one cares. No one is worried about that enormous shadow passing by under each street lamp, one by one, shaped like a human but holding nothing other than empty darkness in its form. Come, down the correct sidewalk with the correct trees. There is the building. There is the balcony. Climb up the trees with me, my dears. Golden or bare or sharp. Climb up, up, up to the tippy tops so you can see the balcony even more closely. Hold on to the trees. There's one for everybody. There's nothing else to hold on to. The wind blows cold and strong. Hold on to the trees for dear life. A light goes on inside the little apartment. Inside the apartment, music plays softly. I can hear it. Can you? It sounds familiar. Where am I? Where am I? I should never have left the castle. I should never have left the forest. I should never have left the cellar. I should never have left the tower. I should never have entered the tower. I should never have seen the tower. I should never... There. In the window. Silhouetted against the light of one candle. The figure of a woman stood still as stone, staring at us, unafraid. Only the glint of candle light reflecting off the glass of her spectacles, visible. As we hold on to the trees we've climbed, I want to look away. That silhouette in the window is so still, her room so silent. I want to scream. She is walking away, thanks be to the spirits protecting these trees and us. I couldn't look at something I couldn't see looking back at me for too long. It's just too creepy. She's saying something into a microphone. Now's the time. This is why we're here. My mind feels a little crowded these days, with thoughts like, skin is screaming from the cold. The fading trees are so beautiful in gold. The sun is setting far too early. It cannot be almost evening. The sun is golden as it too fades away. I haven't got anything done today. Is the true fright the creeping end of day? Is the true fright the running out of time? Is the true fright the race against the darkness? Because once the darkness comes, there's no guaranteeing anything. We have been planning for winter, and winter is almost here. Every year, on and on until you, also golden, will find yourself near winter, approaching closer and closer to the coming night. Here is heaven. Here is the holiness of it all. Every time it was night before, day came again. Every time it was winter before, spring came again. Every year, on and on. And when your winter comes, when your sun sets, what do you think will happen? There are people in the trees. At least that's what I think they are, or once were, or will be. It's like shadow, only not that. A little emptier, a little fuller. It's just presence, I think. Souls, maybe. I know they are there. I can feel them. I look at these trees every night as I go to bed. And I know there are souls there looking back at me. I think I shouldn't be here. But I am. And I'm trying to do the best I can. I think. I haven't got anything done today. I am not doing all I can. But I am so distracted by those souls in those trees. Take me to the wild woods. I will plead my case to the god of the hunt there, and hope they will mercifully decide I am worth protecting rather than hunting. All I have to do is go there. All I have to do is walk there, and keep on walking. But I stay in here, and I just talk about it instead. What are they looking at? I can't see them clearly. I am certain they can see me clearly, though. What a frightening thing it is to look at something that you can't see looking back at you. It's kind of like talking into a microphone and wondering if someone, somewhere in time and space and consciousness, can hear you. There was a time when I knew the joy of the hunt. The joy that came from the chase itself, the running through the woods, the outsmarting, the pursuing, and the escaping. I have been both the hunter and the prey in delightful chases that didn't need to end with a killing. They seemed very important at the time, but now I see they were all just diversions. There's a man with strong arms and keen eyes and a hungry, cunning gaze walking down the sidewalk. He seems familiar. I want to put him back in the story somehow, Flesh and blood you abandoned for earth and water and then shadow and soul. But I made him a ghost so many times. I am not a ghost yet. I do not have unfinished business, for I am still alive. Whisper the trees, as their golden leaves fall even as we speak, as we cling to them and they sway all the more quickly. I know us being up here is weakening them by the second, though we are light as shadow. The man is going in through the front door of that building. He sees us up in the trees and smiles, bringing one finger up to his lips. We mustn't give away the surprise. Here is heaven. Here is the holiness of it all. Every time it was night before, day came again. Every time it was winter before, spring came again. Up the stairs he goes. See? You can see him walking one flight at a time through the window. He is sure to pause at the glass each time and smile at us. Should we warn her? Every year, on and on. He's entered through the front door of the apartment. Someone must have left it unlocked. Oh dear. He is moving silently towards her. She is too busy looking at us and the microphone and the computer screen. She doesn't see him approaching from behind. He has a blade. He's a hunter after all. And when your winter comes, when your sun sets, what do you think will happen? He opened the door to her bedroom, but as soon as he did, she disappeared. She's gone. She's not in there. He looks at us as though we're to blame. You can't conquer the goddess of the hunt, silly man. But where did she go? He looks around. He gives up quite easily. He's going to check the streets, the roads, maybe the woods. But I think she's outsmarted him once again. She loves the hunt, but she's too good at it. What do you think will happen? The voice comes not from where she was in her bedroom, but from the balcony, where a creature with talons balances on the railing on its haunches. The size of a human woman, wings looming over it like a gargoyle. A black feather floating gently down to the balcony below. It's hard to see any details in her face. Just a little light from the street glinting off her glasses. When your winter comes, when your sun sets, what do you think will happen? As a great wind passes through this forest, and we sway on the branches of our trees, the gods old and new protecting all living things within their forest, including us. I can't help but smile and grin. Rows of fangs floating in shadow in the trees. Red tongue pronouncing only the promise. Take my hand and we'll find out. Hello, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me for episode 253 of On a Dark, Cold Night. This is your host, writer, narrator, composer, podcaster, etc., Kristen Zaza. I hope you're doing well and having a great November. It's been a couple of weeks since I've spoken with you, and I did my best with this one. So much thanks as always to my wonderful patrons who support my work on patreon.com. I'm so grateful for your support and kindness, my friends. Everyone who pledges $1 a month to On a Dark Cold Night on Patreon receives access to my complete soundtrack, while supporters of $5 or more a month get that, a weekly bonus quick moment meditation episode, and a monthly tarot reading video uploaded every full moon. To learn more, check it out at patreon.com/darkcoldnight. If you'd prefer to donate one time only without any of those perks, you can do so by buying one or more metaphorical coffees in support of the show at ko-fi.com/darkcoldnight. You can buy a t-shirt or hoodie at bonfire.com/on-a-dark-cold-night, and you can also access the Quick Moment Meditations by subscribing to the Sonar Plus Apple Podcast channel by visiting my show page there or searching for the Sonar Network. It costs $3.99 a month, and you can get access to lots of great bonus content from Sonar Network shows. And the money goes back to the creators, so it's another great way to help out. You can also give me a rating and a review if you're enjoying the show. That would be fantastic. You can do so on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Spotify, or wherever else you like to rate and review podcasts. Follow me on social media on Facebook and YouTube under On a Dark Cold Night, Instagram at Dark Cold Night Podcast, Twitter at A Dark Cold Night, and Blue Sky and TikTok at Kristen Zaza. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Just some strange November thoughts as we watch the death of autumn and the birth of winter. Wishing you warmth and love and freedom as the year closes. Be well, my friends. This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar.